President Joe Biden just received the highest ranking award you could get in Germany. How did he do this? By blowing up the Nord Stream pipeline. That's exactly what Germany wants you to do in order to earn its highest award. At this rate, things are just looking the most crazy they have ever been. I don't even know if we can ever recover from this. The new norms are insane. As Henry Kissinger said, to be an enemy of America is deadly, but to be a friend is lethal. I don't know why he said that, because he is from the American establishment, but whatever, we'll take it. Just today, Joe Biden received the highest ranking award in Germany by the German president. Take a look.
Now, more on the news that President Joe Biden is making what could be his last overseas trip as US president, a one-day visit to Berlin. He's fitting plenty in, including being honored with Germany's Order of Merit Award. He'll also hold talks with the German Chancellor, Olaf Scholz. Those discussions going on right now still, I think. And the French and British leaders, Emmanuel Macron and Sir Keir Starmer, the latter two making special trips to Berlin.
This, my friend, is the face of a sellout. A slave that's happy to be enslaved to this demented old slave master. Anyways, let's see what you have to do to earn this award, this really high-ranking reward. At least let's see what Joe Biden did to earn it. From the envy of the world to the worst performing major developed economy, what happened? And now Kamala Harris is trying to make me vote for her. No, thank you. Okay, for most of the century, Germany racked up one economic success after another, dominating global markets for high-end products like luxury cars and industrial machinery, selling so much to the rest of the world that half the economy ran on exports. Jobs were plentiful, and a bunch of other good stuff were about it. No longer. Now, Germany is the world's worst performing major developed economy, with both the International Monetary Fund and European Union expecting it to shrink this year. It follows Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the loss of Moscow's cheap and natural gas. So, people who don't know, this is what happened. It's essentially where Russia was selling cheap gas to Germany, about 55% of theirs. And America told them, Germany, stop accepting that favor, that very sweet deal, because we're trying to stop, Russia from being able to sell anything so that they feel so constricted that they just submit to us. Now, what happens usually when you do an embargo that stops a sweet deal from reaching your people is it involves blowback. It backfires, and that's what happened. The loss of Moscow's cheap natural gas, an unprecedented shock to Germany's energy-intensive industries. So keep in mind, their luxury cars and industrial machinery. You think that runs on, chocolate? No, it runs on gas. Germany risks deindustrialization as high energy costs and government inaction and other chronic problems threaten to send new factories and high-paying jobs elsewhere, said Christian Kullmann, CEO of major German chemical company Evonik Industries AG. Wow. The loss of cheap Russian natural gas needed to power factories painfully damaged the business model of the German economy. Kullmann told the AP, "We're in a situation where we are being strongly affected, damaged by external factors." Essentially, this whole loss thing, it didn't just happen because America told Germany to stop taking Russian oil, to sanction Russia, even though Russia would be helping in that deal, helping Germany. What happened was, America actually went ahead and destroyed the pipeline. They were like, you know what? Instead of asking our best friend to stop trading with this third buddy who I don't want in the group, let let me just blow up their car so they can't go to the other house. That's what they did. Take a look at what Cyrus has to say.
Leads us to the second point, sky-high energy prices. Germany's skyrocketing energy prices have also played a tremendous role in the country's dramatic decline. After the Russian invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, Germany and the EU introduced sanctions against Russia, while Russia responded by sharply decreasing its delivery of natural gas to Europe. This skyrocketed Germany's energy prices and severely damaged its economy. This is because before the invasion, Germany imported a whopping 55% of their gas from Russia, and it's precisely this cheap Russian gas that has been so important in enabling Germany to become an economic and industrial powerhouse. Of course, sanctioning your main energy supplier was never the smartest choice to begin with. The fallout cannot be understated. In the same year the war started, the market price for natural gas has increased more than tenfold. While households and smaller businesses were somewhat protected from this massive spike through policy measures such as the infamous gas price break, household gas prices still tripled at the worst point of the energy crisis in 2022. And even though gas prices have since come down, they're still around double of what they were before the war. And shockingly, it's estimated that this will remain the new normal for the foreseeable future. Incredibly, Germany's price of electricity, much of which is produced in gas power plants, has fared even worse. In fact, the price has been spiking ever since the war broke out, and this trend hasn't slowed, let alone reversed. By now, Germans pay some of the highest electricity prices worldwide. Altogether, this has caused countless German citizens to struggle to make ends meet and even stay warm enough in the winter. But it's not just ordinary Germans who suffered. Remember, an astonishing 2 in 3 German businesses have left the country to some extent. It's worst in the country's mechanical engineering, industrial goods, and automotive sectors, where an astonishing 70% of companies have relocated abroad to a moderate or very large extent. It's not hard to see why Germany's economic and industrial power has collapsed so rapidly. What's more, since Germany is the biggest economy in Europe, when it suffers, the EU does as well, and the damage is rippling through the entire continent. Ludovic Viot, the Confederal Secretary of the European Trade Union Confederation, sums up the dire situation well. We are facing a very worrying situation. The lack of investment we are seeing today is already having dramatic implications for the working communities. Factories are closing, and jobs are being cut in the very sectors that lifted Europe to where it is today. Needless to
So essentially, if you create the worrying situation for Germany, you get a reward for it. You get a Medal of Merit.